Hey guys, we're doing a $5 rec review for a Platinum 1 player here. This is a 2 vs 2 offer coaching. You can donate $5 to me and do a rec review, which this is going to be. Basically, I'll watch back one of your recent games. I'll break it down, give you tips, help you improve. So it's an easy way to get into coaching. It's only $5 and kind of dip your toes, see if you want to do my coaching going forward. And I do offer like hourly coaching, $25 an hour. I might get into like group coaching for like cheaper prices per individual person. So yeah, if you guys are interested in coaching, send me a message in YouTube comments, on Discord or Twitch. Just get a hold of me and yeah, we get some coaching together. But yeah, here we are. We're doing a rec review here for the French player, Ozzy Ben. And yep, like I said, this is a Platinum 1 rank in team games. So he is, let's look at see what teammates we're looking at. So French and Zuzi Legacy versus Golden Horde and Knights Templar, and they are playing on they're playing on Cliffside. Alright, so yeah, I mean at these ELOs you really want to just focus on the core concepts of the game. There's basically 3 things you want to focus on up until you're like at least diamond rank. That's number 1, constantly producing villagers. So let's click on his TC. Right now he's producing villagers, which is good. Yeah, basically up until you have like 120 or 130 villagers, you never want to have the TC idle. At every second there should be a villager being trained until you have 130 villagers. That's the number 1 thing to focus on. Then number 2 is your idle villagers. You always want your villagers working at all times. You don't want them to be idle at all, because then you're just not generating resources. And then tip number 3 is that you always want to spend your resources. You want to avoid having them stockpile. A lot of times you watch players in lower ELOs and we'll be at like the 15 or 20 minute mark and they have like 8,000 resources in their bank that they're just not using. And basically the reason why it happens is because as the game progresses, you get more and more villagers and your resources start coming in quicker and quicker, and it takes more APM to spend your resources. The game becomes harder to play the longer the game goes. So a lot of players will really struggle to keep up and will start floating like 8,000 or 10,000 resources like at an early point, and that's really bad. You want to use your resources as often as they come in, as frequently as they can. You want to be a little bit careful here. He has a couple of villagers that went idle because the sheep ran out. So going on berries, I don't like this. Berries is the worst resource in the entire game. It gathers very slowly. So I do not like the fact that he goes on berries. And there's a couple things you can do with French. French, you could do professional scouts and you could bring in the deer, which is very good. Or you could just go out and go out on deer. And that's what he's like kind of doing now, but he's doing it with 1 villager. So in this scenario, especially with French, you're an aggressive civ, you kind of have map control, generally speaking, so you should be able to safely go out on hunt as long as you're not getting pressured in age 1 by like spearmen. So instead of building the mill on the berries here, he should have just built it onto the deer. And he should have moved all of these villagers onto the deer first, because deer is the fastest gathering resource in the entire game, and berries is the slowest gathering resource in the entire game. So, I gotta fix the UI things here real quick. So right now at like the 5-minute mark, he just puts villagers on the slowest resource in the entire game for no reason. And he easily could have been on the fastest resource in the entire game. So yeah, just really big mistake, just keep putting the villagers there. And then when you do go on hunt, you should always research survival techniques. It's very cheap upgrade. He researched extremely quickly. There he goes, he does research that, so that's good. But yeah, he should have 0 villagers on berries. There should be no mill here. Otherwise, he has to build a house here. He's getting a house. Trying to put on some pressure with knights. That's a, I'm gonna say he's just not watching his knight because he got a free bill kill. French, that's huge, right? Putting on pressure with the knights is extremely good. So, yep, the one thing I'd recommend, he should have a scout with the knights. So this is a really big mistake, right? If you look at his scout, so he's using a scout to collect sheep, which is fine. You never want your scout to be idle. You can always shift click it multiple times, so you shift click it around the map, and then maybe do like a final shift click so it comes back to your town center, and then you can drop off the sheep, right? But right now it's really bad. His scout's completely idle, and he has a bunch of sheep following his scout. So right now he really wants to drop off the sheep at his town center, but the point I was going to say is that his scouts should be with his knights. Basically, at all times, you should have one scout with your army at all times, especially with knights when you're doing these early night raids. Because if you look at the line of sight of the knight, it's not that much, right? They can't really see that far. But if the scout was with them, the scout is like double, probably like double the line of sight of the knight. So it makes doing these raids so much easier. And a lot of times, your scout will get the line of sight for the knights, and then the knights can start their charging the villagers at a further distance, and when they charge, the knights actually move quicker when they're doing their charge ability. So yeah, just having a scout with the knights would be huge. And in some scenarios, I mean, he's constantly producing knights, which is good. You could always like train a scout from the stable if you want, but right here is good. So very good, getting a ton of villager kills. He should have killed that last villager. He left a bit too early, like that last villager was like trapped, body blocked, and he just backed away for no reason. But yeah, you know, his scout's idle, not good. And then with French, you could prioritize eco upgrades. Oh, he does have double broad axe already, so that's really good. Now getting specialized picks. So I actually like this quite a lot. He's playing pretty good. He's playing quite good for his ELO. I mean, you could drop a tower here if you're super concerned. You don't have to, but yeah, especially since there's like double hunt here. I mean, you probably don't need all these rolls on food, but all of his food villagers should be on deer, unless he's already out of sheep. He should have dropped off the sheep already. That's one of the other things, right? He wouldn't have to be on berries if he chopped off his sheep. So yeah. Now him and his teammate are being very aggressive. The only thing I don't like that they're going behind the opponent's base. Like this is really bad, especially with Zunu. You can't retreat with Zunu, so like they're just going behind the opponent's base and they're not really going anywhere, right? Neither of them are using their scouts to look for the enemy. Okay, his opponent is using a scout, but instead of, you already attacked this guy, you did quite a bit of damage to him already, so you could, I mean, you could continue to attack him and maybe just dive this tower. Diving the tower would actually have been really smart here, or you could just go to the opponent's base. But they're going like super far, like way back in the base, which this is like the worst move to do, sending your Zunu way back. But imagine, yeah, right now these knights and these Zunus could be right here fighting these units and having a really good trade, and then even like killing this tower. So yeah, army's just a bit out of position, and now you're leaving the Zunu completely by himself, so it's not worth it. Don't dive starting TC. Like the player will just garrison like this, and then starting TC does a lot of damage. Yeah. Oh boy. So hopefully you see this and react. I'm obviously gonna lose a lot of civils here. Pretty decent reaction time. So yeah, I mean, here you could either retreat or put on pressure yourself. Oh, I did follow camera. Whoops. Whoopsie. What the heck? Why is it on there? Oh, there we go. That's weird. So yeah, I mean, you could definitely catch this army and get a good surround. You can always just, yeah, there you go. Just move on to the next gold mine. Like it. And this is good. He's being patient. He's not like attacking these units too early. So this is actually really good. Just let the stable die. You could maybe try to repair with one build, but you probably would get targeted. So yeah, I mean, this is fine. You could like redistribute your eco here, like take these villagers off berries, maybe put them on wood so you could add more stables. Or this, even right here, you don't have to fight right now. It's kind of weird because your teammate's coming back. Yeah, this is actually a really bad fight, right? Your landmark is nowhere near dying, right? It is 5,000 hit points. There's no reason to take the fight right now. You could delay this fight for another 30 seconds, and your teammate's coming back with his army. So it's way better to engage a fight with like a huge army and win the fight massively, and then compared to here, these are like almost evenish numbers. Like you'll probably win this fight, but you're gonna lose a lot of your knights, right? It's not worth it to take this fight and come out a little bit ahead, right? You could just wait 30 or 40 seconds and then kill all of his units and lose like 0 units yourself. So yeah, just he now backs off, which is good. He didn't full dive. Okay, so that's good. But I took a little bit of damage there for no reason. So even like wait until the Zunu are there. You guys gotta try to coordinate it as much as you can. But this is good. Like his entire army is completely trapped. So you guys should have a really good trade here, where you basically demolish his entire army. Okay, now it's bad. Obviously the Zunu stopped walking. Is where you just have to attack, move. Yeah, and you have to kill this army, right? There's no way this army should get away. So the fact that you guys let it get out of your line of sight is really bad. Oh my god, now you guys like aren't tracking the army down. So that's really bad. Like the knights, you should have engaged this army together, and now you guys are separated. Yeah, just having a scout with your army would be so massive, right? Because then you would just know, you probably would have seen the army earlier, But yeah, that was a bad job tracking his units. Yeah, that army should already be dead by now. Yeah, so that's huge. That's like a game-changing move. You guys, both of you guys should have brought your scouts back to look for that army, and then you would have easily demolished that army and lost like 0 units. So, yeah, that was like, this is very, very bad. This army is just like randomly living. And you could put a tower at this point long in the game. You should just put a tower on this, especially since there's like double deer packs and berries. Like your villagers can be here for a very long time, so you might as well just place a tower, just skip the vision. Okay, now you guys are taking the fight, but this army like should have already been dead. His Zunu's, he's pushing by himself, which is really, really bad. You can't push with Zunu alone, since they're slow units and they could get caught by cav. And there's no reason to push your opponent. You knew that the enemies had the units here in back of your base. Your goal should have been just like track them down, find them as soon as possible with both of your armies and demolish them, right? That would have been GG. Like if you guys just track down that army and kill it together, you would have basically killed the entire army and lost like 2 units. Like it would have been a massive win. And now this is like one of those fights I'm talking about where yeah, you're gonna win this fight, but you're gonna like barely win this. And this fight should have happened like 2 minutes ago, but with all the Zunu there, right? This should have been a complete wipe. Now you're gonna lose multiple knights, maybe some bills in the process. So yeah, a bit sloppy. Just you're not coordinating as well as you could have. And then once again, kind of like fight by separated, but. And let's take a look. You got 41 villagers. Take a look at your teammate. He's at 38. So it looks like he's training villagers, pretty constantly training villagers, which is good. Alright. I'm good. Queues up a bunch of villas. Nice. Oh, what happened here? Far wood gathering. Yeah, just drop a tower here. Just get the vision. Alright, adding a wall. Yep, that's fine. Another stable. These villagers going idle because you didn't shift click them, right? Mastering shift click is really, really good. Because you basically built the stable and then the villager went idle. Then you had to spend APM to select the idle villas and then tell them to do something, where you could have just had them selected, hold down shift, build the stable, and then immediately go back to a resource. And it just makes the game like so much easier for you when you do that. Oh my god. Okay, this is bad. You should train a scout. I mean, this is a ton of sheep. This is actually like a game-changing number of sheep. So you should probably just like, okay, you should just siege this Ubu, and then keep the sheep right next to the scouts, or keep the sheep right next to the knights, and train a new scout so that the new scout can pick up all these sheep. Because yeah, that's like a game-changing amount of sheep. And you should just siege this. There's no reason not to siege this. So now, once you build 2 stables, you should put 10 villagers on gold, because basically, 5 villagers on gold, you can constantly produce knights from 1 stable. So when you add a second stable, put 10 villas on gold, and then you can constantly produce knights from 2 stables. As you know, you'll have enough gold to constantly produce them from 2 stables. So yeah, like you're running out of food, and those sheep obviously would have been huge. Like you can't just. You're hoping that these sheep are going to get back by themselves. So you have to train a scout here so that you can attach the sheep to the new scout and the scout can bring them back. Because, yeah, I mean, it's a game-changing amount of food and you're just like hoping an enemy scout doesn't come by. Well, I could just like drop a few more houses here. Triple stable is maybe probably a little bit too much. Yeah, I won't go triple stable, but yeah, it's just tough. Now, like, you're gonna run into a food crisis because you could go on these berries. Like, now, you can go on berries before farms, which is okay, but, you know, I gotta build a mill there, of course. And even here, like, you could go for these deer, though. Build, like, a tower here. I would maybe do that instead of, like, the berries. You could, go for the deer, which gather very quickly. Build a tower, and your teammate was going there. Especially if you're making a lot of knights and, like, staying H2. Okay, you have too many stables here. 3 stables would be okay. Like, there's no way you're gonna produce knights from 4 stables, so this is just too many stables. And now you're randomly gathering stone, which is not a good idea. Like, I don't know if you're gonna add a second TC. You shouldn't add a second TC at this point, because it's either like you stage 2 and make a bunch of knights, or you make knights and also go castle age, but don't build the second TC before going castle. You can build a second TC in like after you've been castle age for like 5 minutes, but yeah, way too many stables. There's no way you're gonna be able to produce knights from all these stables. Like 2 or 3 stables is enough. But yeah, this is really bad. Way overproduction of stables. And you gotta start getting ready for like the food situation. No middle. It's obviously very bad. So you guys, I'm surprised this is platinum level. You guys are actually both, maybe platinum level in team games is a little bit higher than I thought. Because you guys, everybody's like constantly producing builds, which is pretty decent. I do think like the overall skill level of all AOE 4 players has risen a lot in the last like year or two. It seems like a platinum 1 player today is a lot better than a platinum 1 player from like 2 years ago. Alright, so yeah, big engagement here. Yeah, you guys can take this fight. Go ahead, charge. Yeah, I mean, you can micro it, you know, try to have a good micro if you can. Okay, here they're walking around a bit too much, so you can do like stop command. Yeah, that's decent micro. But focus on your eco also. Okay, so luckily the sheep get back, but it took them much longer to get back than they should. Yeah, now you're over gathering stone. Oh my god, okay, so you're gathering stone for a keep, which is just a really bad idea. I get that the French has the bonus of like cheaper units with the keep, but it's just a small percentage cheaper. Like, it's better to build a second TC before a keep, because when you build a keep on your buildings, yes, you save a percent of resources, but basically a second TC is cheaper than a keep, and if you just have a second TC, you'll have more villagers, which will just give you more resources to be able to afford more units from the stable, and then you'll be way better off in like the late game, and then you can later on in like age 3 or you're not even in age 3, so you can't even build keep. But yeah, I don't know, I mean, you're obviously over gathering stone, but still, like, do the TCs before the keep. You can build keeps around your stables in like late age 3 or age 4. Here, like, the farms are actually bad because you have a ton of sheep now. You can go back on sheep. You could put some builds in farms, but you should start gathering from these sheep. Don't back up if your teammate's still pushing. You shouldn't okay, you see units here, so you're retreating, it looks like. That's fine. I mean, you could be like trying to raid, hit the opponent's eco a bit, but nah, I mean, you guys are taking like good fights. Yeah, well, that's one rule of thumb. So you never have a scout with your army. Like, try to just always have a scout with your army at all times, like, especially when you're French and you're raiding, because it just makes raiding so much easier. Like, you just have more vision, so you can just see, you'll like accidentally see vills, and you'll just, you know, have information way sooner. So yeah, always have a scout with your knights at all times, and you'll just be able to react to every fight and everything way sooner. We'll just make your life a lot easier. Yeah, way too many stables. You could have been on 2 stables, maybe 3 stables. You could have done like 2 stables and then like slowly went up to castle age and then upgraded your knights to age 3 knights. Yeah, way too many stables. Like, even right here, if you just, right now, if you have 0 wood, you have like 437 wood. If that was gold, you would basically be just about, you'd have enough gold to age up, and then you could maybe cancel like 2 knights in queue, and you could go castle age and then make all these knights age 3 knights, and they'd be way stronger. Also, fact, if you never built these 3 stables, you would have enough resources to age up if you like canceled if you didn't build these 3 stables, right? You wasted 450 wood on 3 stables that were very unnecessary. So yeah, don't overmake military buildings like that. Your teammate, oh my god, I think your teammate just hit castle age, but he doesn't have any upgrades, so this is very bad. Your teammate hit castle age. I think he just hit castle, or I don't know if he's been in castle age, but he doesn't have veteran Zunu now, so this is a horrible fight to take. like, you have to wait for him to get the upgrade before you guys take a fight. And you guys are the ones that are initiating the fight, which is also so bad, right? Like, if you know your teammate's about to hit Castle Age and get upgrades, then you guys need to be on the defensive. You don't have to be attacking. Okay, he's going way too far to gather resources. Like, he shouldn't be going this far for resources. I'm going for the board here. This is good. Maybe build a tower here. But going for resources this far out is not worth it. Okay, so you're building TC, which is fine. It's not in a very good location. It's whatever. But actually, you should just go Castle Age before building TC. And you guys are just going to lose to, like, armored units here. And it's kind of a GG fight. Yeah, so that's it for this record review, the, like, long one. But yeah, main thing, so very quick summary. You got very good villager production, very good, impressive. So you should be able to climb higher ELOs as long as you start cleaning things up. Yeah, number one, you just overmade buildings, like, significantly. Don't build more than 3 stables. You just have this as your rule of thumb. Never build more than 3 stables before you go Castle Age. And that'll just make your life easier, because you wasted a lot of resources there. You should have brought the sheep back way sooner. Don't build farms until after you're out of sheep, right? You have like 13 sheep. You have so many sheep. You could have been gathering from the sheep before the farms. And then, you know, you would have just easily been able to go Castle Age. So you built a ton of farms. You never built a mill there. But yeah, try that stuff out. Don't overproduce military buildings. Gather through all the sheep first, you know, before farms. Go on hunt instead of like the early berries that you did. Build towers on your hunts, and yeah, that's it. Alright, let's get into the second game. Alright, we're doing another record review here for Ozzy Benz. He's Platinum 1, so 2v2 team game. Platinum 1 player, he's playing as French here. His teammate is an Absent player, and they are playing versus Suzy, Legacy, and English. And then, what map is this? Oh, they're playing on Flintwoods. Interesting to see this in 2v2. Alright, so yeah, let's get into this. Yeah, last game, yeah, this guy has good build production, mainly was overmaking stables. So on a unique map like this, you actually start with 3 deer right next to your base. So you should actually build a mill with all of your food villagers. Build a mill on these 3 deer and just gather from the 3 deer. And you can even get survival techniques with French in Age 1 because you'll have enough resources to build a house, a mining camp, a mill, and survival techniques. So it's a really nice bonus with French. The deer are going to gather a lot quicker than the sheep, and especially with survival techniques. I don't like that you're off-centering the mining camp here. I think you maybe did this strategically. It's whatever. Like, maybe it's better on these small mines. It's not the biggest deal, but yeah, you should just build a mill here and gather from the deer and whip. See, you have like 75 wood, so right now you're just not using 75 wood on anything, and you could be on the fastest resource in the entire game right now, which would make your whole game easier, right? So yeah, no reason not to build a mill and research survival techniques there. You're going to use 5 builds in landmark, which is okay. You can use 4 or 5 in landmark. Yeah, either's okay. I mean, you might recommend 4, but it's whatever. Alright, so build a house. And then this is, okay, this map's a really interesting team game. So it's like super barren. You have like 3 starting, I feel like this map's probably made for team games. It almost makes more sense on team games, it looks like. You have like the 3 starting deer, and then it's like super barren. So this would be a good map actually to do pro scouts. I mean, there are a lot of boars too though, so maybe you just go for the boars instead. But you could do pro scouts. I don't know if you want to try doing pro scouts. I mean, it actually would be very good in team games. I actually would recommend trying pro scouts. I think new players or players that, you know, aren't like super high ELOs are kind of intimidated by using the pro scout mechanic, or they don't know exactly how it is used. But it's actually extremely good with French. There's like 5 civs that pro scouts is very good with, and French is one of the civs where it is very good, and it's actually even better in team games, I would say, than in 1v1s, because on team games there's so many deer on the map that you can bring in like so much deer, and then it just makes it so that your villagers, they don't have to move out on the map. They're not spending time walking to the deer. They're not exposed out on the map. You don't have to like build a tower on these deer. So yeah, Pro Scouts is very, very good. And yeah, I'd recommend just the next team game you play, you should give it a try. Like, let your teammate know in advance or whatever. But basically, you try to get H2 and research Pro Scouts as soon as possible. You could train like one night, harass within one night, and then do Pro Scouts. or you could just research Pro Scouts as soon as possible. The build's a little bit different, but basically you want to research Pro Scouts as soon as possible in H2. And like I said, you could do a one night Pro Scout, or you could do immediate Pro Scout, and then you'll train like 4 additional scouts from your stable. And then with French, you don't even have to set the home drop off point at all, because they'll just drop off at the TC. So you can just hold down shift and then right click on deer. When you have a scout selected, you hold down shift and then you right click on one deer on top of the deer, and then right click on the other, and then on the other. And what the scout will do once Pro Scout is researched, what the scout will do is he'll kill the deer, pick up the deer carcass, drop it off at the TC, then immediately go to the next deer, kill that deer, pick up the deer carcass, drop it off TC, and then immediately go to the next one. So you can do that shift clicking with every scout you have, and you can do it with like the individual scouts, or you could just select like 5 scouts, and while having all 4 or 5 scouts selected, shift click like 3 deer here, or still hold down while still holding shift click these deer, and you just get so much food on top of your TC, where deer is going to gather extremely quickly. It's extremely safe. So yeah, I would do Pro Scouts with French in team games. You don't have to do it, but if you've never done it before, I would recommend doing it, because yeah, it's better than not doing Pro Scouts. Yeah. And then, so obviously it looks like this game, you're not doing Pro Scouts, you should research like survive techniques, and also try to prioritize Wheelbarrow. Wheelbarrow is a very good upgrade. It's why like a lot of French players, they'll put like 4 of those on the School Cavalry. They don't try to rush it too early, because you still want to get like an early Wheelbarrow and survive techniques. Like, it's good to get Knights out early, but it's almost better to like prioritize the other upgrades quicker. Okay, so you're just getting attacked. This is where you should attack movement. If you move across the map, you're just right clicking, but it would have been better if you attack moved. I mean, here you want to go to his base immediately, so I kind of get that, but yeah, this is unfortunate. Like, this is a free longbow that should be dead, and you didn't attack move, so your knight's ignoring the longbow. Yeah, it's quite unfortunate. It would be just literally a free kill. And the English player has no idea what he's doing. Crossing the map, with longbows against a French player. He now has some spearmen, but should have done it sooner. And right here, right, ideally have the scout with the knight, right? Put them in the same control group, or have them grouped together. And then you could wait. Oh, you have one knight that's not moving. That's really, really bad. If like your second knight was here, you could have the 2 knights like kill the spearmen, but I think you messed up. Okay, and then here, so you gotta stop doing this. Don't build a second stable so early. Stay on one stable and prioritize the eco upgrades instead. Like, it's way better to research Wheelbarrow here than to add a second stable, right? You could research Wheelbarrow. The big upgrades with French you want to do is Wheelbarrow. If you're on Hunt, Survivor Techniques, and then double Broadaxe for sure. And then you can get you already have the gold upgrade, which is good. Yeah, the second stable, you're doing it way too soon. Do it after you've had all the eco upgrades with French. Then you can add a second stable. So yeah, you're prioritizing your units not correctly. Obviously the idle knight here is very painful. There you go, you notice? Yeah, and then try to have your scout with the knights. Okay, this is good. No, you should actually, you could have fought that. It's a little weird. I think, okay, now back up. That's whatever. You could have fought it, or you could have backed up, I suppose. Yeah, try to pair your scout with the knights. It makes things so much easier, just having the scout with the knights. So much easier. And even like the blacksmith is a bit too early. Like, you gotta prioritize the eco upgrades before second stable and like before blacksmith. And even, yeah, so you should even prioritize chivalry before a blacksmith, realistically. So chivalry, you do want to delay it for quite some time. Maybe you can research chivalry at like 10 minutes. It is a good upgrade, so don't undervalue this, especially at like platinum 1 ELOs. This probably gives like so much value because your knights will be healing, and the playstyle you're going is like only knights, so this will be a very good upgrade. So yeah, for sure you research chivalry, but get it at like about 10 minutes. Right now it's 7:26, so it's probably a little bit too early. But you should get it before a blacksmith. Maybe you research it at like 9 minutes, but research it before a blacksmith, and probably before a second stable, honestly. But yeah, like the priority is more like eco upgrades, then chivalry, then second stable, then blacksmith. Like, that is a better, yeah. Okay, try to just avoid this fight. Obviously, if your scout was here, you would have saw those spearmen so much sooner, and you would have just not lost any knights there, because your scout would have you would have just saw the ruins sooner. So, yep, that's why you always want to have a scout with your knights. This is good. Yeah, this is actually good micro and really good fight for you to take. Yeah, this is very good. You guys could easily win this whole fight. So this is good. Keep tracking them down and keep charging. Yeah. Scout. Try to optimize your hits. Like, yeah. I mean, it's decent. You could have, yeah. So it's okay. Ooh, wow. He's hard pushing. Yeah, some maps weird where all the food is like super far out there. And even the gold, it's actually like not the best French map. That's where Pro Scouts would have actually been really good on this map. Sorry, you just gotta come to your teammate and help him out here. He's gotta wait for you to get here, and you guys should be able to easily clean this up. So this is actually gonna be really good for you guys. He's gotta back up here. You guys are mistimed it. Okay, you need to just dive in. Don't. Now you're actually waiting too long to go in. And this is bad if he's fighting without you. Like, there's no reason that he's doing this. Okay, you're messing up here. Like, kill his ramps, help him out. Help your boy out. Okay, so there's some units here, but, I mean, it's whatever. You're kind of hesitating a little bit too much. You gotta get over here and kill these rams. These rams should have been dead already. And like, he lost 2 archer ranges. Realistically, he should not have lost either of these archer ranges. So that was actually really bad. That was kind of on you, to be honest. Could have got there a lot sooner. Alright, so move on board. That's good. Yeah, you should definitely build this wall. Build it sooner than later. I would probably just build this with like 4 or 5 builds. Just get it down really quickly because it's a very important wall. So kind of just like speed build it. But yeah. Yep, you don't have a scout with your army, so you see the spearmen way later than you should have. It just makes the game so much easier for you, right? Because you might not have like the perfect pro level reaction time, but if you just have a scout with your army, then you're given more time to react because you have more line of sight, right? So yeah, it's all about like making the game easier for yourself. And you try to back up here, like, you don't have to fight him if you guys have a little bit less units. Try to keep backing up. You might have to start attacking now if his knight, yeah, there you go. Yeah, always have a scout with your army at all times. If your scout dies, build a new scout. Okay, you do have chivalry, which is good. Yeah, you can have 2 scouts too, right? You can use your starting scout to look around the opponent's base, look for his army or whatever, and then just train a 2nd scout to have with your army at all times. Okay, if the scout dies, make a new scout. So much value having a scout. I mean, this isn't. Yeah, it's what you just fight this. You guys are kind of committed to the fight here. Okay, you should have actually probably just charged and kept fighting, but. Oh my god, this army's out of position. Okay, and this is a scenario where you can tell, like, the opponent has built rams, so they obviously are trying to attack you, and they're trying to, like, end the game. So you keep having these, like, skirmishes in the middle of the map for no reason. Like, use defender's advantage to your guys' side. Like, they are building rams to attack your base. So have the fight start here, instead of having the fight out here. Because then you just have, like, defender's advantage a little bit more, your reinforcements will instantly be in the fight. Yeah, like, they're obviously trying to come to you, so, like, essentially let them. See, like, why is the fight shouldn't be starting here? Like, back up a little bit more. Oh, what the heck? What happened? Wait, did you drop? Oh, this is a weird record you told me to watch, but oh no. I guess I don't know if you dropped or if you resigned, but you guys were actually in this game. Not really sure what happened. Yeah, it looks like you probably dropped unless you like rage quit. I mean, I'm assuming you dropped, but maybe you just wanted to an idea of this either way. Yeah, I mean, it looked like it was still a ball game. I don't think this game was decided. Obviously, if you don't like drop out there, it would have been a close fight. So yeah, a little just odd one there. But yeah, if you want more coaching in the future, just hit me up.